What's up, everybody? A Ward here, and I'm here to let you know that the A Ward Show is now officially brought to you by the Ripple to Wave Foundation, where they're manifesting waves of impact, one ripple at a time. Ripple to Wave empowers volunteers to create real change, from mentoring youth and protecting the environment to supporting those people in need. That includes seniors, veterans, and even animals. Yes, even animals. Every project is a chance to make your ripple in the community, and together, those ripples form waves of impact. The team at Ripple to Wave stays active with projects and events just about every weekend, and they're growing fast. Their Albuquerque, New Mexico team just launched their first project, and they're only getting started since their official launch on June 2nd of 2025. Get involved, volunteer, and learn more at rippletowavefoundation.org. That's Ripple, the number 2, wavefoundation.org. Follow them on all their socials at Ripple, the number 2, Wave Foundation on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to them on YouTube. Together, let's make some waves. Looking for a cut that actually fits your style? Tap in with the Common Chair, a Scottsdale-based barber studio delivering high-quality haircuts, fades, and full grooming services. Whether you're going for a timeless classic or modern look, the Common Chair makes sure you leave sharp every single time. Professional, reliable, and tailored to you. Book here at thecommonchair.com, and make sure you follow them on IG at The Common Chair. Right now, get $10 off your first cut when you add AWARD, AYEWARD, to the notes when you book. The Common Chair, luxury for everybody. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the A Ward Show. I'm your host and curator and engineer and videographer. I am all the things. I am A Ward, and I appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of my show. Let's get the business out the way. Make sure you guys hit that link tree. Follow your boy on all his socials. You know what I'm saying? For those who can't watch, for those who are listening or need to listen, I'm available on all your favorite audio podcast sharing platforms. Make sure you guys go follow my partners, Ripple to Wave, the Common Chair. We just added one of the homies to the squad. So we got Ripple to Wave, which I'm going to talk about them in a little bit here. And now we got my boy 20 on the Money. Just opened up a new barber studio out here in Arizona, in Scottsdale. And make sure you guys go pull up on them if you need that cut. You know what I'm saying? Use the code AWARD, AYEWARD, when you book to get $10 off your first cut. Put it in the notes. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys go follow them. Go show them some love. Go follow the homie that makes the intro for the A Ward Show, A Dot, down in the description. Make sure you guys go follow the homie Lost Perception, who does the music for What You Heard Wednesdays. Now, I think we got it all out the way. Did we get it all out the way? Let me know. No, we didn't. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their cousins, their mama, their grandmama, and them. Pull up on the A Ward Show. Now, appreciate you guys. Obviously, man, the last couple of weeks for me personally has been super busy. And I need to get back to being consistent. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me 1,000%. I need to get back to being consistent with doing this show. I got a lot of stuff going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it a buck. I'm about to put this on D&D. You feel me? So, you know, we back today with a Yo No Say Nada. And we gonna hit you over the head with a What You Heard Wednesday. I'm gonna be real about the music right now. Nothing's really been crazy. Nothing's really been popping like that. I'm still really listening to Laycon and Alex Isley. Like I just keep going back to those two albums, really. But we'll say that for What You Heard Wednesday. Y'all don't want to hear me talk about music when I'm supposed to be talking about sports, whatever. Before I get into Yo No Say Nada, I just want to give a huge shout out to Ripple the Wave, who, if you guys have been following me on my socials, you know what I'm saying? For those who only listen, or for those who are only tapped in, you know, via the YouTube, go, like I said, I always say, man, hit that link tree, go follow your boy on his socials. Either way, you guys know I rock with Ripple the Wave, my boy Anthony Freeman, and had him on the show recently. Go check that interview out, talking about a lot of the amazing work that he does, not only in the Phoenix area, but in the Albuquerque area as well, and the team that is out there in Albuquerque. Shout out to the Ripple the Wave team in Albuquerque, doing some major things. Shout out to y'all. And we had this month is foster care awareness month, I believe. I believe I'm saying that right. It is something around that. And the team at Ripple the Wave had a great idea to put together these comfort kits, these care kits for kids in foster care who, you know, just need a little something. Maybe need some hygiene items, some notebooks, some activity books. Maybe it's a stuffed animal. Just need a little something. And we were able to put together 144 backpacks of comfort kits, and a huge success for this being the first time that it was ever done from Ripple the Wave. And I was able to get my butt out there and do my little part. And I will tell you, we actually had the first drop off that day. So I'm recording this on Monday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. You know what I'm saying? And that was on, so that would have been Saturday, May the 2nd. And we put together the comfort kits. And then immediately went down to a spot, and I don't want to blow the spot up, but to a spot, and dropped off, I think 26, somewhere around there, backpacks. And I ain't gonna lie, man, like, you know, young kid came up, and they started handing out the backpacks right away, and this young kid came up, and he was like, man, is that for us? And one of the ladies that worked there was like, yeah, you know, go ahead and get in on this. And he was like, man, a new backpack? And I was like, oh, I'm out of here, man. I got to get up out of it. I'm tearing up. Because it's tough, man. It's tough. And when you see kids in that position, so many kids were in this establishment, and it was like, best way I could put it was like a YMCA for foster kids type of deal. They have an activity center, cafeteria, stuff like that. And I believe that it's a place where they can also see their actual parents as well. So, yeah, it was saddening, but also a joyful experience as well, to be able to, like I said, do my little Ripple to contribute to the wave. And shout out to the team at Ripple the Wave for even allowing me to be a part of this. And just, I've talked about it at length. I've talked about it on the show too many times. I've talked about it in the social media streets. A lot of times this stuff is really happening. It's not just jargon. It's not just banter. You know what I mean? We really, the team over there, I have my little part to do, really little part to do with it. But the team over there is really affecting some kind of change on many different fronts. So very proud to be a partner with them and looking forward to continue the work. I will get the calendar out on my social media streets. So every once in a while, hop over to TikTok, hop over to Instagram, hop over to Facebook. And check that out and see, if you're in the Phoenix area, if you're in the Albuquerque area, how you can help. And even if you can't physically help, as far as being at one of the events, one of the giveaways, one of the distributions, one of the collections, there's other ways. There's other ways for sure. So shout out to my boys stirring the pot down in Houston. I'm going to try to figure out if I get you guys some more information. They reached out. Shout out to my boy Wolf. Make sure you guys go check out Stirring the Pot too, man. There's some good dudes down there in Houston. And my dogs down there, man. I feel like I've known them dudes forever, and I've only really talked to them one time. Go check out that episode. But obviously over social media, man, we chop it up all the time. Shout out to the whole team, the whole Stirring the Pot team. And I'll get y'all some information on what we can do to get that Houston sector popping off. Now I done blibber for about damn near 9 minutes. So let's get into it, man. I ain't been able to talk these sports with y'all in a minute, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been able to talk these sports with y'all in a minute. Let's get into the section. The part of the show, the part of the week where I talk about sports and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. This is Yo No Say Nada.
Yo no sé nada.
All right. Been gone for a long time. I haven't really been talking about sports. Part of the reason too, I've kind of just been sitting back and letting stories either unfold. You guys know I don't really like to react immediately to some of the stories that come out. And for me, I'm not really trying to give y'all no hot takes. I'm really trying to create conversation around things. And like I think the hot take thing is a little overstated sometimes. I'm really just trying to give y'all some conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to work the stuff out with y'all. So, when I clip this up and it gets out there on TikTok and y'all be, what the fuck is you talking about? I'm like, hey man, I'm just creating a conversation. And one of the biggest conversations that's happening in these sports and news and social media streets is I thought it was going to die down. And it hasn't, and it just keeps kind of bubbling. It's like at a simmer right now, but every once in a while it gets back up to a boil. And it's the whole situation with Diana Russini, and Mike Vrabel. If you have been paying attention to sports, whether you're a casual fan, whether you are a hardcore stat fan, investigative fan like Pablo Torre. One of the biggest scandal stories that's come out recently is with NFL insider Diana Russini and the apparent, I'll say alleged affair with the head coach of the New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel. And when originally some pictures came out about them at a resort, hanging out, chilling, kicking it, looking a little chummy. You know what I'm saying? Is that the word? Chum. Just they out there looking chummy. I don't know. That y'all be changing words, man. Y'all be changing words and changing the definitions. So I'm not sure if that still means what I think it means. But they was out there, you know what I'm saying, a little close. And both of these two individuals are married. And look, I'm not here to assess or to put blame or to solely the names of any of these two people. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna point fingers, so to speak. But obviously that's kind of what broke the story. Now there's been multiple stories about why they were even filmed or, photographed there. There's now since the original story broke, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. There's been more photos, older photos that have been released. And that basically this thing been going on for a minute, and then Diana Russini has had countless interviews where she has, or just been a guest on shows, whatever the case may be, where she has consistently and constantly talked about her personal relationship with her husband. So a lot of those clips have been rolling around. Talked about certain vibes when she's in certain places. Talked about, hinted at certain relationships or hinted at, certain affinities for certain players and coaches. And you guys can go look it up. Like there's a bevy of old interviews, old clips of her just saying some wild ish. Now, what I do think is funny is that throughout all of this, Diana Russini's been under way more fire than Mike Vrabel. Like the biggest thing that, first of all, when the story came out, both of them boo-hooed the story. Tried to shut it down, said it was nothing, said y'all tripping. It ain't what it looked like. What had happened was. And okay, everybody took it for a grain of salt. Okay, we'll see what happens. Maybe they tripping. Maybe this isn't the whole story. We know in today's social media and the way that shit goes on today, that we only typically get an inkling of the story. Everything's in clips. So, like, that's why I said, man, we had to wait and see. And I think it's just crazy that Diana, now, is it because, again, let's have the conversation. Because take the affair, take the cheating out of it. It is like, okay, boom, that is what it is. However you feel about that, cool. We're not here to have that conversation. But is she under more fire and scrutiny? Obviously, I don't know if you haven't heard, she was with the Athletics. She has since resigned and essentially been fired. She is out of work right now. And obviously Mike Vrabel is still the head coach of New England Patriots. Now we all remember, with the boss man upstairs, Robert Kraft, you know what I'm saying? He known to get down too, you know what I'm saying? And the story was that, this had been brought to their attention. The New England Patriots, before the story got leaked, on some blackmail type stuff. Tried to, Robert Kraft and the organization tried to do what they do and make sure it didn't get out. Rightfully so. Understandably so, I would say. And, since then we know what happened. We know the outcome. But again, Russini has been under way more fire. She's been under way more scrutiny than Mike Vrabel. I mean, Mike Vrabel comes out right before the draft, says, I'm going to miss day 3. I'll be there for the first 2 days, but I'm going to miss day 3, and I'm going to go see a therapist, and I'm going to really dig into the issues at hand. Well, just go on day 1. Just go now. A lot of people had that question. Like, well, day 3? Well, I'm missing the most important part of the draft. That's when we make most of the decisions. That's when we get most of the picks, most of the rounds. Like, bro, just, if it's that serious, just get on up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But they haven't really pressed him too much about it. And I don't think it's a thing where he should be punished because, you know what I mean? Like I guess it does affect the locker room. And as the leader of the locker room, having any type of outside noise, especially having turned the whole ship around and going to the Super Bowl, whether you believed in them or not, whether you agree with how they got there or not, whether you think they were frauds, think they were real, fan of the Patriots, no fan of the Patriots, it's still hard to get to that point. It is a difficult task in the NFL. I say what you want to say, man. It's hard to get to the Super Bowl. And righted the ship right away. And so when you've had all this major success and people are looking at you like, well, you're the reason, right? Like you came in, you changed the system, changed the belief in the locker room, changed the culture in the locker room. And now we have a situation where you as the head coach are creating the headlines. We can't have that. We just can't have it. And I'm speaking from inside the organization, right? I'm speaking as if but you can't have that when your head coach can't be a part of something like that. Now, again, is it egregious enough to get punished for it? No, but they should, I think he should be catching a little bit more smoke in these media streets. Because Diana Russini damn near hiding at this point. Now, again, it hasn't helped her cause that, some of the comments she made. And then, this was wild. The baby that she got with her husband, the little boy name is Mike. A lot of people speculating, is that Junior? Is that Junior? A lot of people speculating. But again, I think Vrabel he skated, man. He skated through this thing, man. Like they ain't really been pressing the boy. They haven't been pressing the boy. And I don't think that's fair. Now when it comes to this stuff, I really want to know. Let me take a sip. It was pro baller. I really want to know. Excuse me. Do we really care about this stuff? Obviously I'm talking about it now, but that's because it's been national news for the last 3 weeks. Do we really care about this stuff, or is this the glass house investment? And what I mean by that is, a lot of people just like mess because their lives are kind of messy. And so they're like, ooh, look at the mess over there. Look at the mess over there. Because, some people who have talked about this, ain't even like fans of the NFL like that. They just like, oh, it's a mess over there. It's a mess. Let's talk about it. And I think that has something to do with it. I think it's definitely, stones in glass house investment. Only reason I'm really like kind of intrigued by it is the aftermath of how it was dealt with between the two parties involved. Like Russini took Vrabel, I think, is a more prominent name, having been a player in the NFL, having now coached in the NFL, having gone to a Super Bowl as a coach, first year with the Patriots, turning the ship around, doing his thing. And I think he's the more well-known person, and this story has been called the Diana Russini story, not the Russini and Vrabel. Very few people have said the Vrabel story has been let's get into the Diana Russini story. And I'm like, she's a part of, yes, a major world in the NFL, but like if you're not tuned or tapped into the NFL, you don't know who Diana Russini is. If you're not really tuned or tapped into the NFL, you might know or at least have heard the name Mike Vrabel. Maybe. More likely, at least. So that's the only reason I'm really like curious about it, because just of how it's been handled. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know. Is it do you think that Vrabel has skated the questions? Do you think he needs to answer for more? Is it much ado about nothing? And is this a glass house investment? Do we really actually give a damn about any of this, or is it just mess? And we love to look at mess because our mess, we don't like messing with it. All right. Not gonna get too much into the draft. I think, I'll let some of my boys down the stir in the pot. I'll let a lot of the other sports analysts, y'all can break down the numbers, see who's going to be good, who's not going to be good. I do think there was some reaches. I do think there was some really, really good drafts. Definitely the Browns, I thought, had a great draft. But all this is yet to be seen. And we don't know. Keep it a buck. I thought Dallas had a pretty good draft too. Thought Dallas had a pretty good draft, man. But the one that people are still scratching their heads about, because of the team that did it, the team that drafted this person, the reaction afterwards from the coach of that team. The reaction after that from the coach and the GM of that team was Ty Simpson going to the Rams in the first round. I was like, man, I was coaching. I was out at practice. We had the draft playing on the we got the music going normally during practice, but we had the draft going on the loudspeaker, you know what I'm saying? And I heard, man, it was the 13th overall pick. Rams select Ty Simpson, quarterback. I said, hold on. Hold on. What? I didn't have time to make sense of it. I didn't have time to sit down and calculate what was going on. I was in the middle of coaching. But as I drove home, I really thought about it. And since then, it's been some time has passed since then. I've had some time to think about it. And I think the best way to explain the draft, because I know a lot of people, obviously Matt Stafford's coming back next year. And there's been speculation over the last probably 3 years, if he's going to retire. Every year it's like, Beginning of last year, he kind of was, they were talking about there were some back issues, and and then he goes on to have a freaking MVP season, right? And we're like, damn, this dude's amazing. I mean, really, we all kind of thought the winner of Seattle and I want to say St. Louis so bad. Seattle and Los was probably going to win the Super Bowl, and that's what happened. We felt like at that moment in time, I think we still feel this way, that those were the two best teams in the NFL at that point. And a lot of people speculated that this was going to be Matt Stafford's last year. He was like, nah, man, I'm pulling up. I'm back in action. And so I say all that to say this. Here's why the Ty Simpson draft pick makes sense. Because the Rams are not going to be in a position over the next 4 years, let's say, 4 to 5 years, to really be able, definitely not next year when a bunch of the quarterbacks are going to be coming out. Like I think a lot of people believe that there's going to be at least four quarterbacks taken in the first round of next year. That's kind of what it's shaping up to be, and we'll see how this season pans out. Every season's different, but they're not going to be in that mix. There was nobody really in the later rounds of this draft that you could look at and be like, okay, let's bring this person in, and they can be either the heir apparent to Matt Stafford. We don't know how long we have with Matt Stafford. Maybe it's just next year. Maybe he comes back and has another MVP caliber season. I don't know. I think he put a lot on the line this past year, but we'll see how he ends up playing, Matt Stafford. So you don't feel that you're going to get a quarterback anytime soon that you're going to be able to sit. And I get that a lot of people are like, well, you draft a quarterback in the first round. You want to play them because of the way the contract works and yada, yada, yada. But let's say Matt Stafford is the quarterback of the LA Rams for the next 2 years. That gives you 2 years with this kid to sit behind Matt Stafford, sit with Sean McVay, learn that system. That is a very good system. And you can really see, hey, did we overdraft here? Do we need to maybe look at trying to sign a veteran quarterback in a couple years? Or, hey, this kid's picking it up pretty well. Now, if we look at the history of the Green Bay Packers, I know we're talking about the Rams here, but let me take you down this road a little bit. The Green Bay Packers have done the same thing for years. Like Brett Favre didn't like it when Aaron Rodgers was drafted. Aaron Rodgers didn't like it when Jordan Love was drafted. And I think it worked out pretty well. Still yet to be seen from the Jordan Love perspective as far as winning a championship, but he's been a damn good quarterback. Been a damn good quarterback. And had to sit. Aaron Rodgers had to sit. And so I think the Rams had an opportunity to get a decent quarterback coming out of college. A lot of people had him the second-ranked quarterback behind Fernando Mendoza that we all knew was going to go number one. We kind of knew this wasn't, the draft was a little different this year. It wasn't going to be quarterback laden. And so you get a young quarterback that you can bring in, that you can sit, that there's no expectation to start this year at all. If you have opportunities to put him in certain situations where maybe the game's out of hand, get some looks, fourth quarter looks, stuff like that. Get him some real game time, feel. Obviously, the preseason, we'll see what this looks like. I know a lot of people wanted Mekhi Lemon to go to the Rams, and I'm telling you, I did too. I wanted my boy to stay down in L.A. A lot of people, I mean, I think at damn near every mock draft I had seen had Mekhi Lemon go to the Rams. But again, the Rams had an opportunity to get a young quarterback that they didn't feel they were going to be able to get maybe this type of talent at coming out of the draft for the next 4 to 5 years. And so they had to make a future decision that I still think benefits them sooner than later. It's yet to be seen. We never know. We never know with these quarterbacks. We just don't freaking know, to be honest with you. There's like 2 or 3 in the history that we've been sure about. 1,000% sure, and they delivered. Cam Newton, Andrew Luck. Like, they came in, they were balling. And had good stretches of their careers until obviously Cam fell off and Andrew Luck quit. But Trevor Lawrence, everybody said he was the best thing since sliced bread. He struggled. Basically over the last year has gotten a lot better. People forget that Peyton Manning struggled early in his career. Like a lot of these quarterbacks back in the days that you guys, man, ain't no Peyton Manning. Man, dude, them dudes struggled. Troy Aikman struggled. These dudes struggled coming into the league, man, when they were young. For a while. Long enough for us to be like, man, are we sure? So we don't know. It's yet to be seen. Now, McVay's reaction afterwards, in the immediate aftermath of them picking Ty Simpson that day, he was like, man, I ain't going to say what me and the GM talked about. That's between us. I ain't really, man. But he damn near was like, I ain't feeling it. And I thought it was more of a McVay decision. Now, when you look back at it, we kind of know McVay, he don't really like the young quarterbacks. He had a young quarterback in Jared Goff at the time. And was like, nah, man, give me Matt Stafford. Coach, but you just give me Matt Stafford, man. Get this dude the hell up out of here. And it's panned out for them. I think McVay prefers an older, more seasoned quarterback that he doesn't have to break everything down to. But again, I think in this situation, the Rams had to do, and maybe the GM had to pull that trigger. Sometimes that's how these business relationship works. That's how they work, because the GM has to secure his job as well. Like, if they go this next year and they maybe struggle a little bit, I'm not sure. We don't know what we don't know, but they maybe struggle a little bit, but they're still not in a position to get a younger quarterback. Then we're going to start looking at the GM. We're not going to start looking at McVay that way. They're going to be like, hey, man, well, how come you haven't even attempted to bring somebody in? So I think the Rams make incredible decisions, and whatever it was that it seemed to be that day, McVay and the GM, they chopped it up, came back out and was like, man, I don't fight with this guy. We make every decision together. Insert the Wayans brothers theme song. We're happy and we're singing and we're the Rams. Give me a high five. That's how they was on that. The next day they was like, man, I love this guy, man. I freaking love this guy. This is my buddy. But I think the Rams are probably one of the best run organizations in the league. And sometimes when certain organizations make decisions and we be like, huh? You got to look at the organization and be like, hey, man, they probably know something we don't. All right. A couple weeks ago, I put a clip out. I put a couple clips out of a longer conversation that I had about Jalen Hurts. And I was simply speaking of the NFL conversation around Jalen Hurts and what was being reported, what I had seen through ESPN and Fox Sports and social media and blah, 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 blah. And just asked a simple question that I had actually heard and just kind of flipped it. Everybody was like, man, what you don't know, man. Stop talking shit about it. Let me tell you something. Do y'all homework. Do y'all homework, man, because I've been defending Jalen Hurts to some degree. I defended him a ton last season. Early in the season, everybody, man, Jalen, man. I was like, nah, man, but he wins. Now, none of us are in the damn locker room. None of us. And none of y'all are Adam Schefter or Jay Glazer. Y'all ain't insiders either. Now, you might, as a fan of the Eagles, for all my Philly people, I love my Philly people, man. Love my Philly people. Straight up and down. I'm trying to tell you. I got a few homies from Philly. All solid. Solid. Love my Philly people. My favorite athlete of all time, Philly. That's Kobe Bean Bryant. Rest in peace. Rest in heaven. And maybe y'all, obviously you guys are more tapped in. You guys are paying attention to a lot more of the, reports on this stuff. And so you guys do have more information than the rest of, the rest of us fans out here. But y'all don't know what the fuck is going on in that damn locker room. None of y'all do. Not for real. And there are real reports that there's some friction between the players, some of the players and Jalen Hurts and how he leads and blah, 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 blah. Now, me personally, I believe the Eagles do this shit every single year right before the season. Just so it just like they just need a little bit of this chaos to go on. And we'll see what's going to happen with A.J. Brown. Funny enough, you know what I mean? Diana Russini, she broke the story early about A.J. Brown possibly going to the Patriots. Looks like that is true. You know what I mean? I think we all know how she found out the information, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? And then for those that don't know, I'm pretty sure you know, obviously the Eagles drafted Mekhi Lemon. So it in the first round, so it seems, Lemon is in and Brown is on his way out. Which I don't understand why the Bills didn't try to. I mean, I know they got more, but man, could you imagine A.J. Brown with Josh Allen? Damn. But it seems to be that, A.J. Brown is no longer going to be a part of the Philly Eagles. Seems. We'll see. Yet to be seen. Nothing's happened yet. And they drafted Mekhi Lemon. We'll see how that works out, the dynamic between Lemon and Devontae Smith. They're kind of similar in the way they play. And I think that's what was great about having A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Their games complemented each other. We'll see how Lemon is able to come in for Philly. I'm Trojans all day. Y'all know that. I'm USC all day. So I saw Mekhi Lemon every single week. I love Mekhi Lemon. I think his game is baller. I was either hoping that he was going to go to the Rams because that Puka Nakua situation down there and all the side stuff that he's getting into, the almost Antonio Brownish, some might say. Or I possibly saw him going to the Chiefs after the Chiefs were able to sign K9 and lock up that running game. And I was like, man, get Makai Lemon with Patrick and Rashee Rice. Shoot, it might be something. But I think he's gonna ball down there in Philly. Now, if AJ Brown leaves, again, it seems likely. If he leaves, then we're gonna find out if it was an AJ Brown problem or if it was a Jalen Hurts problem. We will see. But I think the Eagles will be just fine, especially in that division. Because we don't know what the Giants are going to look like. We don't know what the Commanders are going to look like. We don't even know if Jaden Daniels is going to stay healthy throughout the season. And the way that that Washington franchise treats its quarterbacks, I mean, I said all year last year, man, I'm watching Robert Griffin III II. The way they treat it, just get that young kid healthy, get him healthy, make sure he's right, so he can get back to doing the amazing things that he was able to do that first year. And Dallas was Dallas is Dallas. I think they make a lot of great moves, but we know they probably gonna be right around 500 for whatever weird reason. Sometimes they had the best team on paper. Be like, man, they got the chance to go to the Super Bowl. 500. But they made a lot of really good moves. So we'll see about Dallas. Philly, I think, will be fine. I think they'll be quite okay. And they, organizationally, they make great decisions, typically. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Obviously, a lot of stuff going on in basketball. Shout out to the Lake Show. I think we just earned ourselves a ticket to get mollywopped in the second round, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Because OKC's it has nothing to do with the Lake Show. It has some to do with the Lake Show, with Luka not being there, AR kind of getting back and getting healthy. But what LeBron's doing at this age is tremendous. It's amazing and should be applauded. 1,000%. 1,000%. A lot of people don't understand this too. LeBron's been with the Lakers. This is crazy. He's been on the Lakers longer than he's had one single stint with any other team. He's been on Lakers for a minute. So, some people consider him a Laker, some people don't. I just consider him a great player. Whether you like how he does things or not, whether you got him, number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever, that's for y'all. Y'all do that. Y'all have those conversations. I ain't doing it with you. But what he's doing at this age, man, is crazy. It's crazy. And if Luka can come back, because we know Luka in the playoffs when he's healthy, crazy work. They might have a little shot. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because you know what? God damn it! And I said at the beginning of the show, I'm not into hot takes. This ain't really it is a hot take, but I'm just gonna speak it into existence. The Lake Show are winning the next series. Buckets. There's an asterisk on that, but buckets. The Lake Show are winning. They're beating OKC Thunder in 6. I said it. I know I'm quiet because I'm trying to manifest it. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. I really do. I thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the A Ward Show. Another segment of Yo No Say Nada. Make sure you guys hit that link tree. Follow your boy on all his socials. Make sure you guys go follow my partners, Ripple to Wave, The Common Chair, A-Dot, Lost Perception. Go hit up they social streets. If you can't watch the YouTube, hit your boy on all your favorite audio podcast sharing platforms. I'm there, giving you the sultry sounds. And make sure you tell a friend to tell their cousins, their mama, their grandma, pull up on the A Ward Show. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a fantastic week. And I'm going to see y'all next episode.